Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back once again, and for the very first time, to the Farts and Crap Show, where today, as per usual, it's your host Anjo here with part 77 of Sekiro the Complete series. Hope you guys are all doing well today. And on today's episode, I am not feeling all that great. And it's been about a week since I've recorded for this series. But yeah, we are on the Shura Gauntlet. And it's been kind of rough. I got the first three, like, pretty much down pat. Inner Father has messed me up quite a few times now. We are, of course, doing this charmless on the third playthrough. And so the bosses are harder than normal and have about twice as much health. And of course, since we're doing charmless, we get, more posture damage and chip damage from blocking or not getting a perfect deflection. And so yeah, I kind of want to do the same thing that we did for the Divine Air Gauntlet and practice Inner Father a little bit, because I've made it all the way through the Gauntlet a few times and we haven't really cracked. I haven't beat Inner Father yet. I don't think I fought him in the Reflection yet, though. Like, I kind of just tried to go through the Gauntlet a few times because I also need to practice Ishin a bit, and I also need to practice Demon of Hatred a bit. So, yeah, we're going to practice Inner Father a little bit, see if I can kind of figure it out a little bit better.
Very well.
And I unequipped pretty much everything. Is it Mortal Draw and Ungo Sugar, Withered Bread, Pellet? Yeah, that's all correct. Yeah. Yeah, I should have recognized that one. That sweep is easy enough to run away from, but, yeah, I didn't have room, so I should have just jumped it. Again, just kind of learning which openings to punish and, which things to avoid.
Very well.
Oh shit. Yeah, that was a very easy thing to Curie counter. I just kind of messed up, and yeah, that was just I messed up the input.
Very well.
Mm. Damn it. Yeah, that one was kind of a bad start anyway. I know I figured out this fight, like, before. It's just a matter of, like, execution.
Very well.
Shit.
Bonafide special. Allow me to honor your efforts and show you this old owl's true power.
Damn. Okay. So that was twice he did that. Alright, he basically countered the Mortal Blade with, like, a stance break. And because I was in stance break, he was able to, like, command grab me. So maybe I should pop an Ungo sugar at the beginning of the second phase.
Very well.
Motherfucker, really? What the? Fuck?
What a fine specimen! Allow me to honor your efforts and show you this old owl's true power!
He was right. What the hell, dude? He was right there. I couldn't log on to him because why? Camera's like, oh, you want to reset to right in front of you? It's like, no, I want to lock on to the fucking thing. It's like, one of my only complaints with, like, the Soulsborne games is, like, the reset camera is also the lock-on input. It's just...
Right. Very well.
It's annoying. Oh.
What a fine specimen! Allow me to honor your efforts and show you this old owl's true power!
Okay, so he does the teleporty bullshit a lot more often in the second phase. It's mostly the second phase that I'm having issue with, and he does seem to option select based on proximity, which is what I was pretty sure was going on, so like kind of staying away from him for the most part and like exploiting his openings kind of seems like the safest bet here.
Very well.
Damn it. Fucking pillars, man.
Bonafide special. Allow me to honor your efforts and show you this all-powerful true power.
Bullshit. Gotcha, bitch.
By my own son. The feeling is not entirely unpleasant.
Alright. I think I got it. I'm like 80% sure. No progress will be lost, right? Did we actually spend those spirit emblems and stuff and resurrective power? Because if I have to go back and refill, I don't. We're still at 436. And we still have level 3. Okay. That's good news. And we only have 7 Ungo sugars, that's fine. I think we can still buy an unlimited amount.
Any more bit?
Yeah, he has like unlimited. So
Until next time.
yeah, and I'm not gonna buy more right now just because I don't usually use it. But and yeah, we have the reusable one from like the headless, but that requires spirit emblems, and this is just a consumable item. So, but reduces vitality damage taken from physical attacks. Which the only other one I would consider is like Gokon Sugar, kinda. But like, I'm pretty sure if things do less vitality damage, they also do less posture damage. But yeah, Inner Father is a huge pain in the ass because it's in the second phase, you're gonna lose lock on a lot because like the firecrackers obstruct your view of the target. That will sometimes get rid of your lock on. He straight up disappears sometimes, and yeah, sometimes you just can't log onto him for some reason. Apparently, even if you see him, and it's like, oh, there he is, lock on, and it actually resets the camera instead of actually locking on, which hugely annoying. But I mean, I got him though, and like, I think I can get him in the gauntlet now because I basically figured out his shit. Definitely when he does that roll thing, Yeah, just avoid the sweep attack. Like, doesn't have crazy good range. Then just get up in his face and he'll do the slow charging, like, vertical shit. Which is just a huge opening. And, yeah. Like, if you're further away, he'll swap into the sweep attack. Like the jumping sweep thing. But if you're right in front of him, he'll just, like, charge that vertical attack. Which, if it hits you, like, it'll one-shot you, but it pretty much one-shot you. And yeah, it seems like he goes for that grab anytime he posture breaks you. So that is also something to look out for. That's why whenever my health was lower, which actually, do we have rice or anything right now? I already used. Oh no, I didn't use the sweet rice ball. Okay. So I might end up using that for the Inner Father fight, although I didn't need to. But yeah, it's just a good idea to stay over half health and, like, just hold block if you end up having some posture damage. Which, again, none of this would really be a problem if we weren't doing this Charmless on third run, but still. You know, I said we were going to do it all Charmless, and that's what we're going to do. So, next episode, I'm going to try the Gauntlet again. And once again, that is the Shura Gauntlet. And, yeah. We'll see how it goes. It might be a longer episode because it just... any attempt, like, takes a while. Just because it's 4 different fights, and, like, Demon of Hatred definitely takes a while, and Inner Father takes a while, and, like, I got my time down on Ishin pretty well. Like, it's just a 2-stage fight instead of, like, the usual 3-stage fight. And he is hard as nails, but, you know, if you exploit his stuff, it doesn't take all that long. But, yeah, just any attempt takes a while. And I'll give it at least a few tries if we don't get it on the first try, which I highly doubt I'll get it on the first try. But, because sometimes I still get aced by Demon of Hatred, and it's been a while since I've even fought Demon of Hatred. Because, like I said before, it's been like a week since I recorded the last episode, so... But, yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Of course, before we get going, very special thank you going out to the current Farts and Crap Show members, the amazing people who helped make it possible: Navalis Triconis, Aaron Schick, and 97 Johnny Boy. Thank you so very much for choosing to support the show a bit more directly via channel membership. It vastly helps out. Very much appreciate it, and it is very much optional, so you guys are extra awesome for doing so. And if you want to be incredibly awesome like these amazing people and get in on all those membership benefits, check out that join button down below. There's also a link in the description that talks about becoming a channel member in case there's no join button for you. But yeah, membership details. Before we talk about that, a quick little word on YouTube handles. That is why 97 Johnny Boy is an @ symbol in front of his screen name there. That is a handle. So they're unique identifiers on YouTube that help with a number of things, namely navigation. And he has a channel of his own. It's great stuff. Highly recommend it, which you can easily go check out just by going to youtube.com/@97johnnyboy, and it'll take you straight there because handles make URLs a lot shorter. You can also punch a handle into YouTube search. It will narrow down your results significantly, and since handles are 100% unique, it's another way to double check and make sure you're in the right place. But yeah, membership tiers on this channel start at $3 a month. That's roughly 10 cents a day. It gets you into all the basic stuff, including getting to vote on the series that get made here on the channel via the Members' Choice Polls. It's a thing we do once a month for a full 7 days over on the membership tab, and that is how all of the series get decided. So, we will have one coming up for May 2025, and actually there's going to be a bonus one. Because May is also the anniversary month for the channel. So we're going to be doing 2 this month. I don't know if they're going to be running the same week, or if one's going to be running on the 3rd week of the month and then the last one the last week of the month. I'll have to figure out those details. And Yeah, but they're both going to be related to content on the channel. So it's the channel members that help shape that. But, oh, and we do have a more expensive tier of channel membership. It's really nothing that special. You get a little symbol, like a little star next to your screen name on the members wall. It's just if you want to support the show a bit more, if you can afford it. But, you know, so we have one that's a little bit more expensive, but $3 a month is kind of lower than what's recommended. Like, typically memberships are like $5 a month. But I get it, times are hard, so I wanted to make one that's like a little bit lower and more affordable, and like, you know, one a little bit more expensive if you can and want to support the show more. And you can always do a one-time thing of like a super thanks or a super chat. You can leave a super thanks on a video or a super chat during a live stream. We typically have streams Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. But just depends on the week, depends how things have been going. And I do apologize because lately there have been less streams and shorter streams, and still trying to catch up to the schedule and like a bunch of other stuff, and haven't been feeling that great physically, so been trying to rest and get back to normal. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, I have a bad spine. It's something I've been dealing with for like 20 years. And yeah. Anyway, this is an approximation of future announcements from the past. So if you want all the announcements as they happen and the bell doesn't work for you, I get it, the bell does not work for me, but there are 4 other ways you can stay up to date. So we have the post tab here on the channel, the Farts and Crap Show Twitter, the Bluesky, and the Discord. I always post on all 4 whenever there's an announcement, so regardless of which one of those works for you, you can stay up to date. And links for those are down in the description, also on the channel banner. But yeah, that's gonna do it for now. So thank y'all once again for being here, guys. Till next time, take care, and I hope you all have an incredible day.